Okay, so now we need to retest our application, see if this second section works the way we want it to. So we have to go to Publish. And then we're going to make a new version. And then this version will add a comment. The comment will be project and services. Added, we can say, or project and services section added. And then there's two ways to update our application. So one is the old school way of just going into settings, deleting the application data, like we did in one of the previous videos. But another way, and a better way, when you're just testing, is to star your application, meaning it's the latest version of the application. And then within, so going to BlueStacks or your tablet, you simply click these three dots up here and you say Update App. It's going to search for new updates for the application, and if it's found them, you should see that it installs the new app version. Great, so let's log back in. And now we have the latest version of our application installed. You should only ever turn auto update on or off, depending on what phase of application development you're in. If you're already collecting data with your application and you need to make some quick changes and test them, then never star the application until you've manually entered the code into your own private tablet or BlueStacks, test the application, made sure that it works, and then you can release it for your other mobile workers. However, if nobody's using your application yet, then it's pretty safe to just go ahead and start the application because you're in a pure development phase, and so all the data going in is most likely just going to be tester data anyway. So as you were able to see in the bottom of your screen, Comcare recently came out with a new layout for starring or unstarring your application. And it's a lot more straightforward now. It's releasing or in test. So it means the exact same as starring. Releasing means that whoever is using the application can update it from their mobile device, whereas if you have in test selected, you need to first get the application code and then enter it into your phone or your tablet. And now we can see, which one is the latest. So version 26 is the latest now. And again, if nobody is using your application yet, you're the only one testing it, then feel free to just release it, because there's no worries about somebody collecting, false data. Once you've given the application code to the mobile workers and you need to make changes, then test it first yourself by leaving it in test, and then only when you're sure that your new application or the changes to your application work, then release the application. So there's one functionality in the deploy page that we haven't talked about yet, and that is this revert to this version button. So as we know, we've set up our 3 sections. And the furthest within section 3 was we set up our question list with all of the numeric questions. So coming back here, we can go back to a previous version. Let's say to where we added the percentage score. I can simply click revert to this version, assuming that obviously I want to. So this might be in the case where you started adding on a lot, or you've created a certain structure in your form, but you think, oh, well, actually, no, I kind of want to go back to a previous version. That's when we would use this. So we can just say revert to the version where we were adding in the percentage score. And then here, if I refresh this form, the form editor, we can see if we collapse here, there's a bunch of stuff missing compared to previously. Now don't be worried, we can simply just revert back to our original version. So version 35 is actually our latest version, and so I can simply just say revert back to the latest version. So every time you publish your application, it basically creates a backup. So if you're going to make some big changes that fundamentally alter the structure of your form or anything else or your application, make sure to just save or make a new version so that you have a backup, so that if for whatever reason, your display logic, your validation logic, your case management doesn't work, you can just revert to a simpler version. And just to check if it worked, and there we go, the latest version.